Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And also go check out the other videos that may pertain to you for your sun, moon, or rising signs. I think that'll give you a much more dynamic picture of what is going on with you this week. All right, let's get right into it. Let's get started. What does Pisces need to know for this coming week? Ooh, we start off with the Moon card. All right, I love starting out with major arcana. Now, we are going to just lay out the rest of our 10-card spread. And we're also going to do an 11th card, and that's going to be our bonus card. It's going to be our confirmation card. We're not going to look at that until the very end. We're going to save this here for later and see if that can just tie this whole reading together or give us that confirmation that we're looking for, all right? So we've got some interesting things. We've got a lot of major arcana, a lot of swords here. Where to even start? I think that the situation this week, or the thing that you're still kind of thinking about, what's on your mind mostly, is some sort of lying or deception that you've experienced recently. I think someone very close to you or someone that you really trusted was untruthful or dishonest with you. I think that pretty much is summarizing what you're feeling right now. Somebody lied to you about something, and I think you're still feeling it. This could have happened maybe in the last couple of weeks. Maybe it's something that hasn't quite happened yet, but you're aware that it's kind of coming. You have the suspicions already. But I think it probably already has been revealed to you that somebody was really dishonest with you, and somebody was untruthful and dishonest, and it hurt you. And I think what's coming with that is this sense of delay, this sense of not kind of knowing where the future is headed right now. I think that you're just still kind of reeling from this like revelation, or from this exposure of this kind of deception and lying. And whatever happened there, I think it's kind of got you in like just a whirlwind of emotions, and you're not really sure where you're going in the future. You're not sure what to do. Things just seem like they're kind of paused or stuck or delayed, or just like you're just still feeling like you're kind of in shock, I would say, and you don't really know where to go from here, okay? We're going to look at this a little bit closely and see if we can get any other details about what's going on. I'm going to jump around a little bit because of the nature of this situation. We have the Two of Cups here representing you, your ego, your mind state, your state of being. And this is one of love and connection and harmony and just beauty and this passionate relationship and connection. And I think that you really thought that your relationship with this person was very stable, very just kind of trusting and loving and fair and just really, really great. You had this really strong connection. I think that you've been really open with this person. You've been really honest and connected, and things have seemed just really wonderful, right? And so it really does affect me that this is kind of the way the situation has gone, because, you know, everybody's been in that situation, I think, where you think everything is going perfectly, and then something happens to kind of just like shatter that dream, right? And it really is unfortunate, and I hate to kind of bring this up. I don't like that this is where the reading is going today. It's not kind of what I would like to read in the cards for you know, Pisces for this week, but I have to read the energy as I see it, okay? And if this is resonating with you, I encourage you to hit that like button, and please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see how this develops over the next couple of weeks, in the next readings, and in the next monthly reading as well. I think that things have really changed for you a lot in the past. I think that your life has really transformed in the last maybe couple of years. I think you went through some major things, either like a major health situation, or maybe just a major loss in your life, or just a major like period of growth and evolution for you personally. But I feel like your life is a lot different now than it was a couple years ago, like drastically changed. And with that Death card here, I really think that it's given you a new perspective on on life and on love, and I think that you're really connected with this person that we're talking about here. I think that you had a very strong sense of love and harmony and this kind of soulmate situation with this person. I feel like you've been really open and honest and loving and just cherishing this relationship and cherishing this person. And now, of course, like I said, we've got that kind of the exposure of that lie and that whatever deception it was that was going on there, and now you just don't know what to make of it. You're just kind of spinning in outer space, and you don't know which way is up, which way is down, or which way to go, or how to get back home, right? There is some good news, though. Don't despair. There is a positive aspect to this. First, we're going to, of course, talk about what your hopes and goals are. And I think we've already kind of talked about that with the Two of Discs here. Now we have the Art or Temperance card, Major Arcana. This is a heavy thing. I think this is really something very important to you, is having that fair, harmonious, completely open, like the merging of two souls in this relationship. I really think that that is your goal, that is your intention, is just to be completely open and just really kind of blend with somebody else, really just mesh with someone and have that beautiful harmony and that just mixture of your life. And I think that's what your ultimate goal is. I think that's what you want to achieve in terms of your love relationships, all right? And I think that, you work towards that. And I think that's what you feel like you've had with this relationship that you're in now. I feel like there's part of you here that thinks this is kind of done and over. I think that this Four of Wands here is maybe hinting at the idea that you might be jumping to a conclusion here. Right? The Four of Wands is all about completion and just kind of knowing where it ends, knowing what the result is, knowing what the truth and the facts of the matter are. And it's like the completion of the thought. It's just like it's like you've made up your mind and there's no real chance of changing your mind or any other kind of opposing opinions getting in there. It's like you're not open to discussion. I think that part of you is just like, oh, it happened, it's done, I'm done, this is finished, I don't care what you have to say or what your explanations are. I think there's a part of you that's made up your mind in that kind of way, right? It's just more of an unconscious or subconscious feeling or energy, or maybe a tendency that you have to just kind of jump to the first conclusion, and you're stuck on that, and you don't want to hear any opposing opinions or views or any discussion at all, right? But I feel like the two of you need to fight this out. I feel like with this Two of Wands here, I think that you guys need to just have that argument. You need to have that discussion, and you need to just kind of yell back and forth, and you need to give them a chance to explain. You need to express how you feel. And, I think that some of this love and harmony and truthfulness and this bond and this real strong connection and soulmate kind of energy that I feel between the two of you, I think that it really does deserve a chance, right? I think it deserves at least having that argument, at least have that fight, okay? I think that the relationship and your intentions and these feelings that you have warrant at least trying to have that fight and that discussion and see where it leads, all right? So with this Two of Wands is really about the two of you just kind of just having the argument, really. I mean, it's as simple as that, I think. The situation with this other person or your relationship with them, this is an obvious card here. This is the Three of Swords. This is heartbreak, sorrow, grief. This is emotional pain. This is the pain that comes with finally understanding something. It's like that painful truth, like or accepting that painful fact or the painful reality, and just understanding like, oh wow, yeah, this really did happen, and it hurts and it sucks, and it's no good for anyone. And so this is a really obvious card, right? The tarot here is just saying, look, obviously there's some grief and some pain there, right? But I think in addition to that's just kind of that understanding, and I think this might also be indicating that the other person involved here hasn't been completely happy. There's been something going on there that is just, they've been a little either depressed or saddened, or they want something more or something different from you, or they just weren't quite happy with things or satisfied in the relationship. There's something that they were kind of keeping in terms of their feelings. And I think that it's really going to come out with this argument, with this discussion that you two finally have, and get everything out in the open. I think you're going to see that whatever this lying or deception was is coming from a different place. It's coming from a place where they just maybe felt hurt, or they felt saddened about something, and that's kind of what led to all of this. And maybe you didn't know that they were going through this emotional situation, or this depression or sadness, or whatever it was that's going on with them, I think has contributed to this situation. And if you kind of, put this kind of completed knowledge and decision, and my mind's made up, you just kind of put that tendency down, because I still think that you're just still kind of reeling and you're spinning in space and you don't really know what to make of all of this, right? But I think there is an underlying tendency in you to just make up your mind, assume you know everything, and just cut somebody off and just, I'm done, right? So I think you need to keep that in check a little bit. And have this argument, have this discussion, and find out, where the other person is really coming from. What is their motivation? What are they acting from a place of pain and hurt? Are they upset about something else that is kind of contributing to this situation? So that's another feeling that I get from this Three of Swords. So it's not just saying, hey, look, obviously this situation is causing some emotional pain and upset. I think it's a little bit more than that, and I think this needs to be looked at a little bit deeper. Next card we have is the Five of Swords, and I think this really is just your reluctance to have this fight and this discussion and this argument. And this goes back, I think, to your tendency to just kind of make up your own mind. It's like you sometimes have that argument or that discussion with someone, but all in your imagination. And then you just get worked up about that, and you get mad about the kind of the imagined dialogue that you have. And then you just, you get upset and you make your decision, you put your foot down, and you just put an end to things without actually having involved the other person. Like, that's just all kind of what we do, in our minds and in our imagination to run through that scenario. And then we get worked up from that, right? It's kind of silly, I think, because I do that a lot. So I think this card is representing your reluctance to really engage this person in that dialogue, really have that kind of that difficult discussion, that argument, that fight that I think, the two of you are going to have. And especially if you want to kind of, come down from this floating out in space and just kind of whirling around and reeling, if you want to really come back home and see what's going on and calm down, although it's not going to be very calm when you have this discussion, but I think if you want to get to that point eventually, you're going to have to go through this, right? And I think this is just your reluctance and your kind of concern about the having that argument, right? It's that confrontation that I think is kind of going to play out. As far as the more long-term outcome, the projected kind of result of all this is this Emperor energy, and I think this is saying some good things for you. I don't know about the relationship itself, but saying some good things for you, that you will be in control, you will have the self-control and the discipline, you'll feel better and more confident having gone through all of this energy and have this discussion and this fight and this argument with this person, sort things out. You're going to feel better, you're going to be more calm, more in control, you're going to be confident, and it's going to be good for you to have done that, right? It's going to benefit you in some way. Even if this relationship can't be salvaged, it's still going to be good for you to have gone through this situation, okay? And I know that's probably an obvious thing to say, or it's something that we don't like to hear, that, oh, you're going to be better off in the end anyway, or it's a learning experience, blah, 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 right? But that's what the cards are saying, basically, that it's going to be okay, and you are still going to be you and strong and confident and assertive, and you're going to get through this, right? But let's see what this confirmation card has to say, because maybe this will reveal something that the rest of these cards didn't quite touch upon. We don't know what this card is yet. What do we have? the Eon card. All right. The Eon or Judgment or the Wake-Up Call, the Rebirth kind of card. This might be hinting toward the fact that through this thing, it's something that you can't really get past, and that you're going to be just kind of moving on from this situation. This is not necessarily that, though, and I don't, I'm not trying to kind of, be to both sides of the fence here to where I'm not really saying much of anything. But this card really could mean a couple of different things. This is the card that speaks to making a definite decision on what happened, right? Through this discussion, through this confidence and assertiveness and this taking control of your life kind of thing that we see and having this fight and argument, you're going to come to a place where you can make a decision. You're going to make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to stay with this person and move on to the next phase of your life and grow from this and use it as a wake-up call? Use it as a rebirth of the relationship, of all of this love that you guys have and all of this harmony and connection and like spiritual like alchemy that you guys have? Or are you going to make a decision to completely end it and move on with the rest of your life and move on to something new and different and so it is kind of a both sides. It is a kind of yes or no. It is a door number 1 or door number 2 kind of thing. And so this card really is saying that you're going to come to a point where you're going to be able to make up your mind and make a solid decision on what to do. Now, part of me is thinking that this decision is going to be, one of choosing to move forward with this person, because we see, this with this Two of Cups and with this Art or Temperance card, it's hard for me to say that oh, this is just going to kind of just be done and you're going to move on, even though that might be what your tendency to do is. That might be just kind of what you've done in the past and what you're kind of moved to do. But I really feel like this is going to be a decision, an understanding, a resolution about this past situation, and a really nice, good, successful, abundant, and prosperous projection for the future. Okay, but either way, this confirmation card, this bonus card is saying there's going to be a decision that's going to be made, and you're going to be choosing how to move forward with your life. You're going to find a resolution to this situation here, and you're going to move on. And I really think that you're going to choose to move on with this person and to use this as that learning experience, use it to kind of reignite the passion and the love and all of this that we saw here. But, it really is up to your decisions and your choices and how you feel about this, and really how this kind of discussion goes. All of this this energy here with having this battle with this person and really just working it out, right? Working it out one way or the other. And so I know this wasn't really that much of a confirmation. We can't predict the future with tarot, but we can predict where the energy is headed right now. And I think it is headed to you having this moment where you've got to make a decision. You've got to choose what to do with this and how to move forward in life. But I keep coming back to the Two of Cups and to this Art or Temperance card, and I really think that, it has the potential to be a really wonderful spiritual union, good love relationship with this person. And, so maybe you'll leave me some comments and kind of let me know how it goes or how you're doing, how you're feeling. And again, if this is resonating with you, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This was your weekly tarot forecast on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Stick around for the extended version, and we're going to look into this Eon or Judgment card a little bit further in the extended, and you can become a member of the channel by clicking on the join button, I guess, on the front page, or just there's a link in the description somewhere. So Pisces, thank you so much for letting me read for you today.